shit go crazy.
Yeah. I don't care what these people think. I'm trying to make these people think.
Within the last couple of years, we have seen more and more content creators who decided to take advantage of gaming communities for their personal gain. These are not friendly, fun, and harmless creators making some kind of silly animations or fan art. These are evil and manipulative creators preying on young audiences, crossing the line in terms of morals and straight up violating rules on YouTube. The creator we'll be discussing today goes by the name Teshi Latte, or might be known as Teshi-san or El Atomic Sensual. The name Teshi Latte is one of the hot names on YouTube, Patreon, and Twitter, among other virtual sites. This guy creates suggestive and explicit content using game characters from mainstream games like Zenless Zone Zero and Genshin Impact. These games are created by Hoyoverse and have significant fan bases running into millions, most of whom are young and underaged. Despite this, Teshi Latte goes on to produce inappropriate material content, which is not only unethical, but breaks the set guidelines for Hoyoverse and YouTube. What really makes this situation worse than it already is the fact that she isn't making with innocent intent. Not only is she fully aware of the type of content she's doing and that it is wrong, she is making a profit out of this, out of exploiting Hoyoverse and its young community. She uses platforms like Patreon and Pixip Fanbox to sell these inappropriate animations, models, and images for her very own profit, despite not owning rights to do so. This is further in contradiction to guidelines from Hoyoverse, which have stated time and time again that all fan content should be non-commercial in nature. Despite these violations, Teshi Latte has been able to bypass permanent bans by tricking the Patreon moderation teams into thinking that she did not violate any of these rules. Ridiculously, I found that she has admitted to being banned 3 times from YouTube on her Patreon and recently on one of her YouTube videos. However, nothing seems to deter her, as she simply continues making new accounts and resumes uploading of the same inappropriate content. But most concerning of all is who her audience is. Games by Hoyoverse, including Zenless Zone Zero, Honkai Star Rail, and Genshin Impact, have an extremely young user base, and in addition to a lot of the community admitting to be scared and hurt by her lewd animations, most of Teshi Latte's fans, in fact, are very likely to be minors with easy access to her suggestive and explicit content. Her YouTube channel contains links to the sites where she posts explicit material openly to younger users which contains porn of these characters. But some of these characters are either considered lolly or literally not of age. For example, Ellen Jo is depicted as a student in school.
To join the track team this semester.
Yeah, didn't you break the school's record for the relay race in last year's sports meet?
But that's too sweaty.
Even more bothering is her repeated deception. Many times, Teshi Latte tries to appeal to bans for her contents by lying about the nature of her content. In one of the videos, she can be heard pleading with Hoyoverse that this is not suggestive, while the content itself clearly violates the guidelines. She has also falsely claimed that her work is within the legal limits set by the company. As if the situation couldn't get worse, Teshi Latte's actions go beyond creating and selling inappropriate content. She has actively recruited people from TikTok, particularly fans of Genshin Impact and other Hoyoverse titles, to voice act for her animations. While she claims the voice acting wouldn't be used in NSFW content unless the person was comfortable, this is deeply concerning considering the young and impressionable audience she's targeting. Many of these fans might be unaware of the full extent of what they're agreeing to.
Hi there everyone, I'm Teshi Latte, and if you're a Genshin Impact fandover, I've got an exciting opportunity I'd like to share with you today. For the past 3 months, I've been working hard at work on an SSFW animation project, but before I start worrying, let me reassure you that you won't be recording any porn audio or anything of that sort. However, I would love to have your voice feature in this original version, so if you are comfortable with that, I'm inviting you to join me on this project. Please send me an email at hoyolab@gmail.com. If you're interested, I love you to have on board. For those who are interested, I'd like you to send me your auditions for the characters I'm currently looking for. These characters include Charlotte, Diona, Diluc, and Benji the Bard. You can actually see some clips from the animation I've been working on in this video, so you can get a glimpse of that quality and the style it will have. I really hope you'd consider collaborating with me on this project. Your boy's talented will be a fantastic addition, and I'm genuinely excited to work together. Thank you so much for your attention and support. I'm Deshlate, and until next time, take care and see you later.
Recently, as of working on this video, she has been on Twitter and Patreon, which has led her to evade consequences like a cockroach running into the cracks of your wall. After I successfully reported her original Patreon, which led to its removal, she quickly ran to an old Patreon backup she had made in 2018 under a different name called Silly Millie, and made a post saying "womp womp," as if she was going to get away scot-free, but YouTube will most likely catch on to her behavior eventually. I don't understand why she thinks she's in the right when she constantly evades rightful bans and makes new accounts showing a blatant disregard for community guidelines. She has now moved to Discord, where she is planning on promoting her NSFW content like she always does. This behavior is especially dangerous because it allows her to target vulnerable young fans once again, but even worse because she now has the chance to make a connection with her young user base, and we all know what that's going to spiral into. She has even openly mocked platforms like Patreon, Hoyoverse, TikTok, and YouTube for enforcing the rules, and she loves to play the victim daily. She knows she's in the wrong when she begs Hoyoverse not to delete her and makes bold statements saying things like, "I'll buy a new phone and use a VPN to upload my videos." Honestly, this is just ridiculous. The spread of her content on platforms like Discord proves that she will go to any lengths to continue distributing explicit content involving Hoyoverse characters, despite the harm she is causing. Knowing the age and vulnerability of the community consuming this content, the possibility of being unknowingly associated with explicit material is a dangerous line to cross. It manipulates individuals into potentially contributing to inappropriate projects, which they may not fully understand or be comfortable with. And now that her Patreon is banned, her link is now her Pixiv fanbox, which has no censor on her porn. This behavior raises red flags, not only about how creators like Deceit operate, but about how they use the power dynamics of fanbases to push boundaries. Even the mere suggestion that these young fans could unknowingly be part of explicit content is a blatant disregard for their safety and well-being. This isn't just one problem with one creator or a problem within one community. This is a much larger issue. Deceit is a part of a rising number of creators who are knowingly taking advantage of young audiences for personal financial gain. We have seen this time and time again from many other communities of various creators using platforms such as YouTube, Patreon, Pixiv, and other websites to profit off content designed to take advantage of weak audiences. Hoyoverse has the right and responsibility to enforce their guidelines, protect their intellectual property, and more importantly, shield their young fanbase from malicious content. It's not just the inappropriate content and exploitation that's concerning Deceit. Upon looking into her YouTube channel, it becomes evident that she is actively buying subscribers. She suspiciously gains specifically 100 or 200 subscribers every day, which is unnatural for any YouTube channel no matter the size. Not to mention, the type of content she is producing doesn't even grant that type of support. But why go to such lengths? It's likely because Deceit knows that what she's doing violates community guidelines, and she'll eventually face permanent bans from platforms she's abusing. That's why she's desperately trying to hit 100,000 subscribers before getting banned. In fact, she even begs Hoyoverse in her bio to not delete her channel until she gets her 100k YouTube plate, stating, "Hoyoverse, don't delete my channel until I have my 100k YouTube plate." It is very clear she knows she's doing something wrong, and yet she's trying to reap benefits from this? Really? Decei's actions reveal a creator who's not only breaking platform guidelines, but is also resorting to artificial means to inflate her following, all in a desperate attempt to gain recognition before the inevitable consequences of her actions catch up to her. This type of manipulation shows just how far she's willing to go, knowing full well that her content and actions are unsustainable and inappropriate in the long run. I know I'm just a small channel and I don't have a lot of reach, But as a community, I'm going to ask that you guys like, comment, and share this video with anyone you know, so the word can spread to creators who you might know that do have a big reach and possibly contact YouTube themselves. We need to be more vigilant in holding these creators accountable. More needs to be done by platforms to make sure banned creators don't create more accounts, and Hoyoverse themselves needs to take harsher measures when it comes to protecting their player base from being exploited. While reporting is a great first step, it is not enough. Deceit may be one creator, but her actions represent a much bigger problem. It's time for us to stand up and protect our community. You might not feel like your actions make a difference, but understand that all it takes is one voice to speak up, and maybe you can save a life too.
Verse 2 says, you only have I known enemies of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities. So until we come back to these commandments, until you come back to these commandments, we're going to feel this way. We're going to be under this curse. Because he said he's going to punish us. The so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are the true children of Israel. We are the Israelites according to the Bible. The children of Israel, you're going to punish us for our iniquity, for our disobedience, because we chose to follow other gods. That as a man chasing his son, so the Lord thy God chasing thee. So just like you're chasing your own son, he's going to chasten you because he loved you.